Did you understand you're charged with cruelty to non-livestock? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So, how old was Shadow?
Still a little over a year.
So he's a year, which is that still considered a puppy?
In age, I may assume he was still grown. He was pretty grown, but in age, I assume he was a puppy.
All right, so he's a puppy. So what were you saying to your puppy before you threw him in a fence with other dogs to be killed by them?
Nothing. At the time of the moment of what I did, I was under the influence of a lot of drugs at the time, and I wasn't in the right mindset. And
No, it says here, a male pedestrian walking his dog, that's you, began yelling at it and then tossed it over the fence.
I can't remember a lot of that time.
Mhm.
I know what I did, and I can't remember some of the moments in between leading up to it and after it.
So what do you remember? So you throw your 1-year-old dog over the fence with other canines. And then what? You just stood there?
No, I ran, but I do remember the noises the dog made. And
Why did you run after you threw the canine over, well, Shadow over the fence?
there was nothing I could do after that. What I did was done.
Because of what?
There was nothing I could do after that. What I did was done. I just made the choice, the horrible choice to do that. And what I did was done, so I just ran and had to listen to her whine and yelp.
I'm sorry, what?
I just ran and I had to listen to her whine and yelp all the way back to my house.
Yeah, because so you knew there were other dogs in that, behind that fence.
Yes,
All right, because it says here that you told the police you didn't know there were other dogs, but it appears that you purposely walked the dog to that address. Do you have any children?
oh man.
Have you had employment?
Yes, I was working as a helper with this man. They were giving me a lot of construction work to help him do a lot of things.
And who were you living with?
I was living with just by myself most of the time and my girlfriend.
All right, you really shouldn't have a girlfriend. I can't force you not to have a girlfriend, but there are other issues that you probably need to be working on. Does your girlfriend have children?
I'm not
So who was living in the house with you and your girlfriend?
seeing Shadow, another dog,
And what?
and another dog.
Okay, Shadow. And what's the other dog's name?
Nessia.
Nessa?
Nessia.
Nessia? All right. So why don't you take Nessia on this walk with you?
I don't know. Like I said, I was under the influence of a lot of different drugs, and I wasn't mentally competent at the time that whole day.
And what type of dog is Nessa?
It was,
Nessia.
it was a pit bull.
All right, so you have a pit bull and Shadow was staff.
It was that.
Yes.
It was a pit lab, I believe.
All right. And how did you come to be the owner of Shadow?
I bought him off of a neighbor.
Mhm. Everybody's just selling their dogs to anybody without checking anything. Had Shadow had any shots?
Not that I know.
No. Have you ever had any mental health issues?
It's
What?
bipolar, depression, anxiety, ADHD, some manic disorders.
Have you ever been on any medications?
It's not.
What medications?
Right now, I'm taking the Perkins. I just recently got on it last week. I was supposed to be on Lexapro, but for some reason, they're not giving it to me. And Abilify. And throughout my lifetime, I've been on a lot of different medications.
And how far did you go in school?
up to ninth grade, I I couldn't get back into school because of the CPS and all that, and just homelessness just bouncing around.
All right, and how old are you?
20.
All right, and what's with all the tattoos on the face? What's that about?
Oh, when I was 16, I was really bad on drugs at the time, and I was just in a motel room, really high, and my dad left the tattoo gun and ink, and I tied myself up, my face and my arms, and I've been trying to get it. I went to get it removed once, and I'm planning to go again to get it completely removed on my face and on my hands and arms.
Okay. All right, is there anything else I should know about you?
Just what I did with that dog. It I don't want to sound full of it, but it hurts me a lot. And I think about it. I try to shake the thoughts of what I did. Regardless what I did, I actually cared a lot about that animal. Uh, I love that dog. Hearing the sounds it made, gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. And I think about the time I used to play with it. It's gonna hurt my soul. It's gonna hurt me deep down in my heart that I did a horrible act that can't come back. And just gotta take it up with God from here on forth with that.
All right, this is what court is gonna do. Court is gonna sentence you to 8 years deferred adjudication. There's to be a mouth evaluation. You ever been to prison or TYC, what they used to call TYC?
No, man.
All right, have you had any contact with your mom or your father in recent years?
My mom and my dad are in here.
I'm sorry,
My mom and my dad are in here.
you say in jail?
Yeah.
All right, so probation, is there any type of trauma therapy for him? I know it seems as though I'm giving you a lot of programs to complete, but you need a lot.
I want to.
Okay. So we could set up some type of, I know that I'm asking for the mental health evaluation, but he's also probably going to need some sort of trauma therapy. He's probably going to need a counselor for the CPS issues that brought him into the government sphere. Also the trauma issues in regards to Shadow. The fact that his parents are at the Bexar County Jail while he's at the Bexar County Jail. Do you have any siblings, sisters and brothers?
My I do, but my dad was real violent with his baby mama, so she doesn't allow me to see his kids, so I haven't seen my sister and my brothers.
All right, so we have that to deal with as well. Anything else you need from the court?
Is there a way I could through a program or some way get into a Haven for Hope or Oxford House?
Oh, they're gonna see if they can place you somewhere. What's gonna end up happening is you're gonna be evaluated for felony drug court. If felony drug court accepts you, then felony drug court will speak to you about housing and everything. All right? Go off the record. Here's the thing. I know there's a lot of programs I just dumped on you, but you need a lot of help, right? So do not get overwhelmed by the programs. Just work the programs mentally, internally, so you can improve. Do you understand? Do not just throw your hands up. Do not disappear, because what you're looking at, if a motion to revoke were filed, is 10 years in the prison. Now, if there's an issue, let your officer know. If you feel as though you're not able to get in touch with your officer, or you still are not receiving the answers, you can always come back to the court and you can talk to me. You understand?
Sure.
All right, good luck to you.
One more last thing. I don't have a birth certificate. I don't have a social ID. I've never had an ID. So is there any way probation can help me get all that so I could get?
Well, let me ask you this. I used to do child protective services cases. Did you age out of the child protective services system? By that, I mean, did your parents ever retain custody of you?
No,
All right, were you ever adopted?
yes, when I was younger, yes.
All right, so when you were adopted, that person should have your birth certificate and all of that information. If they don't want to give it to you, or if they're saying they don't have it, The people who should have it is your Child Protective Services worker. And counsel, if you go next door to CPS court, the one with the green rooftop on the second floor, they will be able to direct you the easiest way to get your birth certificate, your social security card. Okay? All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good luck to you.
Yeah.